Hey, good morning from WDC Columbus. Today we're starting off talking about some hydrangeas. And again, these are a nice summer flower. We're looking at Gatsby's Gal. This is a quercifolia oak leaf hydrangea. This is a proven winner's variety here. Again, you can see we got a nice selection to choose from. And Gatsby's Gal is, like I said, a new one. It is probably about a 5-footer in the landscape. Fairly compact, but yet nice proliferous bloom. It's a newer introduction, and again, you can see this plant here, nice and clean foliage, has some buds coming on it, some flower, and it's supposed to be a very heavy bloomer. Oak leaf hydrangea are very useful in the landscape. They are, again, a fairly easy one. Once this plant's established, it's pretty hands-off. You get the summer flower, and then fall color is pretty spectacular from maroon to a red. And again, a lot of people will leave the dried flower heads on for some winter interest. Again, it's just a nice landscape plant. Wanted to take another shot. Here's hydrangea bloomstruck. We've shot these a few times this year. This is one that's fairly new, and again, I've been watching, and here we are with the plant. This is a 3-gallon plant here. Nice full bloom on this, and you can see because of the cross in this plant, it is holding its stems very upright, not flopping, but keeping a very neat appearance. Gorgeous color on this, and again, these can be pink or blue depending on soil conditions, acidity. Here we're looking at, this is Heucherella brass lantern, and Heucherellas, for those that don't know, is a hybrid between a Tiarella and a Heuchera. It is more of a shade-loving perennial. This one here, you can see the beautiful bronze foliage and variegation in it. This is a 19-centimeter plant here, and again, nice, full, large plant, good value here. And the Heucherella do have a flower. Again, it probably isn't grown more for its foliage colors, but a nice little burst of color here, nice white spikes coming up. Again, very useful landscape plant, versatile, very good perennial. Here's a great perennial for brightening up the shade garden. This is Pulmonaria. This is high contrast here. Again, we looked at this a little earlier in the year. It does have a bright pink flower in the spring, kind of fades to a blue. This is what we're looking at here. Foliage, nice white mottled foliage. Again, very attractive, especially in a darker area. This plant here is a 19-centimeter, and again, you can see nice, full, lush plant. Just got a big crop of these in. Here's another new arrival down here at WDC. This is Heuchera Southern Comfort. And again, this one is in flower now, but just like the Heucherella, again, it's mostly grown for its foliage. And this is a hybridized one, bigger leaf, can take a little bit more sunlight. You got lots of different colors on these. It's almost like fall all year long. Just wanted to take kind of a look here. This is a house with a lot of grasses that we grew down here at WDC. Lots of different varieties on these grasses, again, ranging from smaller 2 to 3 foot dwarfs to some of these guys will get up in the 6-7 foot range. And grasses are very popular. It's an easy plant. It does provide interest throughout the seasons. Again, it does need to be cut back at some point, I guess, whether it be fall or spring, before it starts to grow again. But again, another plant that can give you some winter interest if you do leave it up, dead but structurally still there, and the plumes, a lot of the look real nice with the snow on it. So again, it is a plant that can give you some different interest throughout the different seasons here in Ohio. Here's just another shot of some of the grasses we have down here at WDC. Again, you can see there are several different varieties, textures, colors. The grasses are again very adaptable. It is something a wet area they thrive in. They do need a lot of sunlight, which again allows them to basically stay nice and full and thick. They are fairly quick growing. Most varieties will double their size in almost a year. They need very little maintenance. I mean, again, back to the pruning once a season to remove the dead foliage on top. But beyond that, they're fairly hands-off. Don't have very many disease problems and or insects. Here we're looking at some 3-gallon zebra grass, and you can see the nice horizontal striping on this, again, which gives it its name. Again, these plants here are in a 3-gallon. They are going to eventually get to probably a maybe 6-7 foot tall, 3 to 4 inch or 3 to 4 foot wide clump. So it is something that needs some space, and again, it does provide the interest with the variegation, and it does plume later in the year, and just a great choice, especially for some screening, maybe some utilities. Excellent plant to incorporate into landscapes. And here we're standing in the house with a lot of color. This is a lot of different varieties of paniculata hydrangea. And paniculatas are a family hydrangea that's been around for a while. We do carry quite a few new varieties, and again, the trend has been to dwarf this plant because of its many attributes. Its ease and carefree maintenance, long bloom time, pretty much again another once established hands-off type of plant. And again, what you're going to find down here at WDC is large number of different varieties to suit individual needs. Again, a lot of different dwarfs that will fit in the smaller landscape and still give customers that those attributes that we discussed earlier. So again, just kind of giving an idea of of the varieties and quantities and quality that we have down here. Fresh block of Spirea. This is a double play artist here, and this is a proven winners plant. And again, Spirea, been around again a long time. It does have several different varieties that we carry, but I am very impressed with some of these new ones from proven winners. Again, the double play artist we did look at earlier this season, it kind of comes out with a red new growth when it first breaks dormancy, and here we are in summertime now, and you can see just a nice green covered in pink flowers, rounded habit. It probably does get maybe 3 to 4 feet wide, something like that. But again, a compact variety that keeps a neat habit. Doesn't require a lot of pruning, although a little light shear here and there will encourage some new flowers to come. But again, being a Spirea, it is a very hardy plant. Here we're looking at a group of these are 3-gallon berberis. This is Royal Burgundy barberry here. And again, if you're like most landscapers, you probably are familiar with this plant. This is the one that nobody really likes to plant because of the thorns, but it does provide some nice color in the landscape. It is one of the few that stays small enough and has a neat enough habit that is good for foundation planting. Again, here we're looking at planting. Again, here we're looking at kind of a full shot of the house with the different barberries, and again, it's a plant that they've developed and hybridized and got various forms now. And again, tough as nails. Just a great way to add some color with the foliage, and these hold up very well here. Not much to say for winter interest, but again, throughout the season you got nice color and just a very hardy tough. And here's just a shot of some knockout roses. Here we are, July, and we're shooting these guys again. We've been shooting them throughout the season, and the reason that this rose is so popular is for the very point that you're looking at here. This thing just keeps on going and going and going. Started blooming early in the spring, and here we are. It's summertime, still going, still cycling. These plants are, we go through quite a bit of these down here, and we keep plenty on hand, and we're moving through fresh stock here. Again, this is a regular knockout. This is a 3-gallon plant, and again, you're just seeing why this plant is so popular. It's just color, 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 and more color. Here's a 7-gallon Green Beauty boxwood. These things are in perfect condition. Great full plant, nice height, nice spread on these. Again, we've got a nice big block of these here, all nice and uniform. Green Beauties, similar to your velvet, maybe a 4-foot plant in the landscape. But again, very manageable plant. Great, great value here on the size. These things are gorgeous, and boxwood again, a staple landscape plant. Kind of the bones of a landscape, if you will. Nice color throughout the season, still maintains its nice green color in the winters, and structurally just a great addition to any landscape. And here's a great adaptation of a arborvitae. This is Thuya Fire Chief. Again, this is a 3-gallon plant here. These are obviously grown for their color, which again is quite fantastic. Here we're looking at a nice block of these. Again, this plant is very tolerant of our soils here. It is one that would be great as a specimen, as a focal point, something a little unique in the landscape. Nice grouping of 3 of these, and again, it's going to be something that really draws attention. It is an evergreen. It's going to have a color in the wintertime, but again, it's kind of its main season is right now. You're seeing it. Beautiful plant. Week I took some photos, some videos of limelight standards on a 7-gallon, and in the meantime we did get some 15 gallons in, and these things are enormous. Look at the heads on these. Nice, large caliper trunk. This thing again is budding heavily. It's going to be in full bloom shortly, and great specimen tree. Here we're looking at hosta. This is hush puppies. Again, 19-centimeter plant. Look at the flower on these, and again, I know a lot of times flower gets overlooked on hosta. The foliage variegation and whatnot takes over, but this is a great little treat in the summertime to have these scapes come up. Great for cut flower inside. Hummingbirds like them, and just a nice burst of color in the potentially shady spot. And I just wanted to end today kind of where we did last week, just looking at some of the daylilies again. This is prime time for these. Lots of nice looking things out here. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoy. Come on out and see us here, and look for us next week.